Carla Joe, hello. Now, I'm pretty sure were you in the one we did last week? Remind me. You can unmute yourself.
I no, I wasn't in it live, but I have watched it.
Okay, okay. We were just thinking, Elizabeth and I are old friends, and so we were thinking we would
Oh,
just chat about practice and perhaps do a guided meditation. Um, is
great.
there anything that you were interested in uh, delving into, discussing, sitting with this morning?
Um, gosh, not that's on my mind right now, but thank you for asking.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah. And where are you located?
I'm in Bath in the UK.
Nice. So it's nice in the middle of the day.
Yeah, 10 past 1.
Yeah, here we are, 10 past 6, and
Oh,
see from Elizabeth, she's also in Santa Fe. It'll slowly get brighter over
mm,
the course of our sit, which is kind of wonderful.
mm.
Built-in enlightenment, guaranteed every morning. That's what we should have. Enlightenment guaranteed every morning. Come to Upaya. That's actually the name of a movie, I think. Enlightenment guaranteed. What's that, Elizabeth?
It's very good, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's what we need.
the title.
So let's just find our postures. Some or whatever posture you can be still and comfortable for the duration of our time together. And for Zazen Kai and for Sesshin, the first sit is the 50-minute sit, so it's a bit longer. And I'm in what's known as the Burmese, or the easy pose, with one leg in front of the other. My hands are in the cosmic mudra. My spine is in a neutral state. It's not really straight, it's S-curved, but the same as if I were standing, so it can remain comfortable for this time. And when we first sit, we might even find our center by moving back and forth slightly, forward and back slightly, and finding that space where it feels like a straight rod is going, from your cushion all the way up your spine and through the top of your head right here, as if you were kind of hanging by a string on your fontanelle. So your chin is slightly tucked. So you feel a very subtle stretch in the back of your neck. If our chin is kind of jutting forward, we can that is what happens when our posture collapses. And if we notice that, we can straighten up and straighten that back line. And our eyes are slightly open. They don't have to be wide open. We recommend not having them closed because closed eyes are associated with sleeping and with kind of a dullness. And so we have them hooded, like you see many Buddha statues, hooded eyes. And your eyes can rest on a single point in front of you, but they needn't be intensely focused on that point. Call it a soft gaze, panoramic and aware of the periphery.
Kodo,
Yes.
I've been finding my eyes opening, or having my eyes open, more difficult this practice period, than in the past. I don't know why, and sort of preferring, I don't know, to block the world out, or if I'm just, or if it's distracting to me. Do you have any suggestions about engaging in that correct
Yeah.
eye?
Yeah. I mean, the truth is, most of us in modernity are chronically sleep deprived, and it feels good to close our eyes and keep them closed because we actually need more sleep. So and you could take a nap. That might be a nice way of addressing that. Or I often say, like, if you're actually falling asleep on the cushion and you're not in the zendo, or you're just kind of in your daily practice, then it might be better to use that time to sleep, to take a power nap or something. But it might also just be the force of habit, the force of just the weight of your time. And so, how is it for you, Elizabeth, if you close them, like I just closed my eyes, and then just slightly open them? I don't know if you can even see my eyes are open right now, but my eyes are hooded so that I can't even see my screen. I can only see kind of the keyboard in front of my screen.
I prefer that direction to the 25% up 3 feet in front of on the floor. I prefer the hooded as you have just described it. It feels actually more natural. It feels more natural even than closing or doing, a quarter up, which feels like I need to adjust my eyelids all the time, and that's
Yeah, that's not what you want, definitely. 25%, I'm not sure. I haven't heard that number before.
whatever, 3 feet in front of
Yeah,
whatever.
and that's about, I mean, where my eyes are is about probably about 3 feet on the floor itself. But, it's like where would your eyes be when your eyes are closed, say, if you were sleeping and not in REM sleep, but your eyes were relaxed, where would they be? That's kind of what you want to try and find and this is a bit of a metaphor for our whole practice. What is the natural state of your eyes?
Mm.
Where do they want to rest? And hooded is not exactly a natural state. We're usually going between fully closed or fully open. But if you just maybe you could call it the fully relaxed natural state.
I find the hooded when you use that, I I I go to that is easier. That is feels more natural. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Very comfortable there. It feels like a comfortable place.
Yeah, good, good. Whatever's comfortable, and sometimes closing your eyes might be comfortable, and you can try having them open for some time. And if they just will not stay open, then close them. It's fine, and notice what arises in your experience. Maybe you're sleepy, maybe you're dreamy, maybe not. Maybe you're fully awake, and there's too much distraction in your field of vision, so you can keep your eyes uh, closed if that's what's serving in the moment. So it's just a kind of recommendation, like try your eyes open, and it is strange at first, but once you get used to it, it's actually quite helpful because you're neither blocking out the world, no, nor are you kind of seeking, stimulation, which is what we're always doing in life. So we want to have that middle way of not grasping and not averting our attention. So hooded, panoramically aware, and soft focus. Is that good, Elizabeth? Shall we go on?
Yes, that's very good. Thank you.
Yeah. And do feel free to kind of interrupt if anything comes up. And the soft focus of our gaze is analogous to the soft focus of our awareness. Open and panoramic, but stable. If you notice your eyes shifting around, your mind is probably also moving. So keep your eyes still and allow your mind to settle in its natural state of open present, allowing awareness. And once you have your posture feeling centered and stable, you can check your body, do a kind of body scan, allow your awareness to roam, feel your contact with the floor, whether it's your feet or your legs on the cushion, and where your seat is touching the cushion. And feel your hands in the mudra, your arms resting relaxed at your sides. Feeling your belly expanding and contracting with the breathing. And notice your face, especially your facial muscles, where we hold our personality and so much of the tensions of our life. Can you completely relax your facial muscles? Let them melt off your face like butter. In your whole body, relax whatever muscle is not necessary for maintaining the posture. Just keep sending that relaxed signal with every out breath. And as you're breathing here in your body, you may notice outside phenomena like the birds are just starting their song of morning. And without losing that panoramic awareness of your body, allow those sensations, those sounds, those feelings, perhaps the smell of incense in the air. Allow them to arise in your awareness. Your mind might wish to label them. What kind of bird is that? Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. And just like with your face and your body, relax your mind. Allow it to rest. Often you hear the instruction to let go of thoughts, but it's more to, right now at least, to relax the tendency of the mind, the kind of muscle that's contracting to create these thoughts. If you fully relax, then they don't grip you. You know, the beginnings of thoughts will still arise. It's what the mind does. But when you don't attach to them, they don't continue. They just arise and pass like wisps of cloud in a radiant blue sky. Your awareness is already open and free. Your awareness does not collapse around thoughts. Even in the midst of the most intense mental experience, you're still aware to some extent of your body. And so we're moving our intention there to that vastness of awareness that's already with us. Now, as we feel settled and stable in our body, and we've kind of scanned through and relaxed as much as we can, our muscles and our mind and our eyes. Perhaps the bell has just rung in the zendo and the quiet has settled in. How we can recall our intention softly and quietly. Why are we really here? Bring the feeling of our intention, our motivation, for instance, to really meditate, to practice, so that we may be of benefit to the world. And as it is important to really feel it, you might bring to mind a person or a place or an animal who is suffering now, who you know is in pain, physical or mental or emotional pain, and feel your innate wish, desire to free that being of suffering, that place. May you be free of this suffering. And may my presence that I'm cultivating here today in this sit and throughout my life, may my presence and my practice in some way benefit you. And bring your mind to bear on what you will really do in this sitting meditation right now. Just to be clear that you'll be doing, say, for instance, mindfulness of breathing. Your awareness, my awareness will be resting at my hara, my lower abdomen, aware of the sensations associated with breathing throughout the body. Not wandering, following thoughts or feelings, or attaching to them, but just noticing what's arising and allowing them to arise and fade, to come and go. And with our intention set, we drop our awareness down once again into that space, our center of gravity, our center of breath. We're with every out breath, allowing the body to relax more and more. We're really trying to be aware of the bare sensations, not so much the thought of breathing, of air going in and out of the lungs. Really try to feel what's actually happening. The pressure change in your abdomen, the sensation of your clothes subtly moving on your body as you breathe. And if you have a long breath, you just notice that. No need to control whether the breath is long or short. Just keep sending those signals of relaxation, of letting go, of letting be. Sometimes it can be helpful to count the breaths. And if you choose to do so, count very briefly. It is my recommendation, but you can count how you wish. But I like to count very briefly at the end of each out breath so that it's as little as possible a mindfulness of counting, but more the count helps to remind us that our attention is on our breath. So for example, you breathe in and then you're breathing out. 1. There's a short pause between the end of the out breath and the in breath, and that's when you can just note 2. And after 10, you can come back to 1 so that your counting doesn't just go on and on. And if you lose place and get distracted, again, you can just start back at 1. So let's try this. Let's just count to 10 at your own pace. And if you get to 10 first, continue. And let's just be in silence together. And if you don't want to count, you don't have to. And if our minds wander and are straying from the breath, maybe we've lost count or not, but we've realized that we were lost because we suddenly find ourselves back. And really notice that moment when we return from our travels, that moment of homecoming. This is a moment of awakening. What's that like when you come back to your senses? Notice that you didn't do anything to come back. It just happened. Your intention, your posture, so many things are helping you. The form, but you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to wake up yourself. It's given to you. So rather than, as we so often do, berate ourselves or judge ourselves for being lost, for our mind wandering, we're not doing it right. That's just more ego. Rather, we feel this sense of gratitude. Once again, I was given Bodhi, awakening. How wonderful. May I cherish it. And when you come to your senses, you might also realize and remember that they never abandoned you anyway. Your senses were always there. The still awareness was always there. You were just looking away. And so you're back in your body, feeling the breath, feeling the stability of awareness. And this cycle may happen over and over. Maybe we're lost for an entire sitting period and we wake up right at the end. It's all good. Maybe it takes the bell itself. And we think, oh, I've been lost the entire time. Well, thanks to the bell, here I am again. And as you hear the bell ring, you can bring your hands into Gasho and bring to mind this gratitude, this sense of whatever good has arisen from this practice. May it be dedicated to that intention you brought up earlier. May it be dedicated to the ending of suffering of all beings throughout space and time. May your practice truly serve. And then this moment is actually quite important, and we don't often talk about it, but after this session finishes, as much as possible, remain in your samadhi, in the sense of still being in touch with whatever is arising in your body and mind. Perhaps now you get up to do kinhin, perhaps you're going to the meal, perhaps you're going to work, or you have a call. But this gift that you just gave yourself, this time you spent resting in awareness, resting in your heart, is there for you, and you can always come back to it throughout the day. And most people notice that if they meditate in the morning, it's so much easier to come back when you're at a stoplight, when you're waiting in line, when somebody's talking about something and you're not sure you want to listen, and you want to go on, you want to do something else. And then you find your body, you find your breath, and it's okay. I think, Elizabeth, this is the the root of slowing down is knowing that it's okay just as it is. It's really quite perfect. Just this way. And now you can be in non-meditation, non-distraction. What's it like now? We're not meditating anymore. Is it really different? Maybe your eyes are looking up. Maybe you're seeing the world which is brightened. And your body's still there and your awareness is still there. My faith, if we can be said to have a kind of faith in Zen, is that this presence of being is what can be of greatest benefit. All the things you can do in the world, the gifts you can give, and the service, which is very important, if it can be done with this presence that we cultivate on the cushion, it can really change the world. It can really affect people in ways that you have no idea. That's my faith anyway. So we have a few minutes. What came up for you? Anything arise that you'd like to revisit?
I came to Zen via the insight tradition, so I was really used to always having my eyes closed. But now, I'm used to having my eyes open, and now I actually prefer it. And I guess it allows, in a way, I feel like I don't get as lost. Like, I obviously will still get lost in my thoughts, but when I have my eyes closed, I found there was more opportunity to get lost in the narrative. And with them open, it's almost like more of a sense of, I don't know, it's hard to explain, like to sense into the kind of vastness of awareness, but all the things kind of and everything kind of arising and being and moving within it. So I'm aware, so my vision is here, but I'm aware of other things, and the sounds are coming and going, but because my eyes are open, I can sense more into the interplay between the two. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
yeah, totally. Yeah. No experience left behind. Allowing everything. Yeah, exactly. Carla Jo.
Earlier last week, I had Day-san with Shin-san and was discussing with him where I am in life, relative in life, and my desire, my need for formal session and to zazen and to really be immersed, if you will. He also had suggested to me to be aware of my body as I was breathing. What the interplay of my mental, my emotional, and my body, mainly because sort of where I am when I'm trying to, the balance, the equanimity I'm trying to achieve. And so the guiding that you gave us and the breath, but also then how does the body respond to the breath? Or I don't know if that's the right word, respond, but just being aware, centered, to center, to help me move in to the center, to be aware.
Good. Yeah. And that's the thing that it's so important to realize for many people who are starting meditation, is that when you're aware of your breath, you are aware of your body. There is no breath without the body, And if you have a kind of visualization of air going into your nose and into your lungs and coming out, and you're kind of following your breath in and out like this, you're actually, quite often, you're just being aware of a visualization of breathing, and maybe there's some sensation on your nose or something, but it's different than being aware of your breathing body, where every breath shifts the sensations throughout your entire phenomenal field. And you can feel it, and in I guess Chinese medicine or Japanese, or Indian medicine, really, where it comes from prana or chi, that they call energy, whatever that is, it's at the very least this sensation where if you put your awareness on your knee, you can feel something. You can feel, it's like kind of a movement or a kind of a pulsing or a pressure. You can feel sensation throughout the body. And as you breathe, you can feel that sensation move and change. And so just like with our eyes, which are stable and still, yet panoramically aware, if something moves over here, I don't move my eyes, but I'm aware of it. If something moves over here, I'm aware of it. In the same way, our focal point, our stability is in our hara, but we're not blocking out anything else. We're aware of all of those sensations. And when you're really in that flow of breath, there is no body separate from breath, right? And then it can be very interesting when thoughts they might just begin to bubble, and you feel even a slight tensing of your abdomen, or maybe your brows just slightly, and you notice, oh, a thought is actually about to come, and then it might then form, but you catch it before because you're aware of your body, and you relax whatever tense muscle seems to give rise to that thought, and it's easier to let go of. And other times, of course, it's just too quick. You didn't see anything. You didn't see it coming. You're just off in another world. And then all of a sudden you're back. But that stability, that kind of awareness of the body never really left. And so that's that kind of sense of groundedness we're cultivating. Well, it's 6:54, so Kinhin has begun in the Zendo. So let's return, and unless there are any last thoughts or comments or questions.
Yeah, but thank you for your time for the three of us together.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wonderful to have this time with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.